You know, it's embarrassing when you're trying to catch chickens. You know, you're trying to catch them to give to somebody or to sell to somebody, and they're there waiting on you, and you're running around trying to grab chickens that aren't cooperating, and they're getting away from you, and the more you try to catch them, the easier they get away. You're trying to grab feet, and invariably you grab feathers, and pretty soon you have a naked chicken that nobody wants to buy or even be given. It can be hard. It can cause you to lose your dignity. Have you ever noticed the last one to catch is always the hardest? That's why it's the last one. Fishing nets work good. They work really good for catching baby chicks. Bigger chickens tend to get their feet caught in there and tend to get their wings caught in there, and then you got to kind of peel the string net off of them to get them back out, and it's kind of a hassle. But in order to save your dignity and a great deal of time and a few feathers, I want to talk to you about my favorite farm tool, the chicken catcher. What a great invention this was. Not invented by me. It's been around for a long time, but it really can save your dignity. It's an oldie but a goodie, a very simple device. Basically, it's a heavy gauge wire formed with a hook that is just slightly larger than the ball of a chicken's foot, right below the ankle, so that you can catch the chicken easily and humanely and safely and pull it to you, and then gently pull the leg out of the catcher. It's kind of tapered so that it kind of guides the foot to the back where it gets more narrow, and the ball of that chicken foot just can't get out of there. It can be used to catch chickens on the ground. That's probably its best use because, you know, with this thing, you know, chickens are, a lot of times my chickens are flighty. I like flighty chickens because they tend to stay alive and away from predators a little easier than the overly docile chickens. And when they're in a group and they're flocking together, you know, they feel like they're safe, and then you can just kind of gently, they don't notice the wire going down in amongst them, and then gently get it around the ankle that you want and gently pull that chicken back towards you. You got him, or her, or whatever the case may be. It can also be used for catching chickens at night that didn't go back to the coop when they're first learning to go back to the coop, and they don't learn it very well, and they're up in the high branch. You can reach, you know, about 10, 12 foot high and just very gently get it around that ankle and pull them down. A chicken catcher can be, you can buy these, you know, you can buy them online. They're still making them. Or you can make one yourself. This one happens to have a wood handle. This is a very old one. By now it's already an antique. It's got a lot of rust damage. It still works though. I could clean it up pretty easily. Or, you know, you can make your own as long as it's fairly heavy gauge wire. You might, instead of a wood handle, you might just make a T handle that you could grab easily, whatever you can hold on to, pretty easy. But a coat hanger, you know, some people have been known to make chicken catchers out of coat hangers. A coat hanger is a little thinner gauge wire than I think is practical because, you know, it's bending all over the place. You want it kind of stout so that you can put it, you know, with accuracy. You can precision put it right where you want it. To make the hook in, as I said, you probably want this about, you know, 3 foot, maybe 4 foot if it's, you know, not too flimsy. And to make the hook in, what I would do would be to start with whittle you a stick. You know, cedar is good, whatever, pine cedar. Whittle you a stick and make it, you know, bigger than a pencil, kind of like the old jumbo pencils, but about the size of a chicken's ankle is what you would want it. Whittle it kind of round. And then I'm going to cut it off here real quick. So you take the stick and pretend this is, pretend this is 3 foot long, the wire. I'm just using this as an example. And about 4 inches or so, maybe 5 inches down, just kind of bend that around the stick there, as if it were going around a chicken's ankle, and then bend it on back around itself just a little bit, kind of like that right there, and open it back out just a hair, and about right here, you put another bend in it, something like that, And there you have it. Now to keep the sharp end from, you don't want it to hurt a chicken. Certainly wouldn't want that, or to scrape it or to cut it or anyway. Just take you some pliers here, and you can bend that around in a little loop so that it, can't hurt a thing. Just like that, right there, and then crimp it on down, and there you have it. That's your homemade chicken catcher. It could be a little bit heavier gauge wire than that, but that would do. That would do just fine. And then, take it out into your chicken yard and test it out. Test it out on the flock and see if you can grab one. If it gets out, maybe you need to cramp down on your size there just a little bit, or if it gets caught in the middle, you may need to open it up a little bit, but keep experimenting with it until you get just the right chicken catcher for you. And go easy. This is not a tool you want to use fast and be scaring them. There's no need to go fast. Just go slow and easy, because you want this to be as humane and safe for them as possible. They're freaking out, but you don't have to be. And it might be best to just, if you've tried catching a chicken for like the last half hour and you're really mad at it, it might be best to calm down. You don't want to use these. Should never be used in anger. Calm down a little bit and then go very gently catch your chicken. Always use your chicken catcher in a safe and humane way, and everybody will be happy, including the chicken that caused you to lose your dignity earlier. So that's about all I have to say about my favorite farm tool, the chicken catcher. Make yourself one or two. Start your own chicken catcher business. Start selling them out of the back of your car. Bootleg chicken catchers. If you have used a chicken catcher humanely, or if you have lost your dignity, please share that with us in the comment section below. Or if you have something you'd like to add about the discussion of the chicken catcher, please add it below. Be sure to like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, and please share these videos with your friends and neighbors. Everyone needs to keep their dignity when catching chickens. I'm Paul Mack, and until next time, I'll talk at you later. Bye-bye.